What's good, everybody? It's your boy First Degree back at y'all with another video. And today we are going to talk about Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz, coming off of Vergil Ortiz's spectacular win over Erickson Lubin, where he knocked him out in the second round. With both fighters now major players at the 154-pound division, it looks as though they have their sights set on one another, with Jaron Boots Ennis confronting Vergil Ortiz after his fight, after jumping into the ring and Vergil Ortiz inviting him over for the interview. They were both, popping off at each other, letting each other know that, basically that they here to let the other one know who the superior fighter is. They both appear confident from what I see to go toe to toe with one another. And, we're going to talk about that right now. What's up, y'all? Your boy, repping Chicago Blackhawks today. Your boys' teams in Chicago is doing good, man. Blackhawks, third in their division. Chicago Bulls, fourth in the Eastern Conference. Bears, third in the NFC North. Could be second by today if Green Bay loses. But, I just had to get that out the way. Let y'all know that your boy, doing good in the, in the Chi-Town area with his squads. But I know y'all ain't come here to talk about that. Yeah, man. Jaron Ennis, Vergil Ortiz, two spectacular young fighters who, a lot of people have praised them, rightfully so, due to their skills, ability, and a lot of their performances they've given to us in that boxing ring. I'm a fan of watching both fighters. I think both fighters are really good, but they've also got a lot of criticism for their lack thereof of competition. Now, I think up until this point, they fought some pretty solid guys, but neither one has that really marquee signature win that a lot of the fans are looking for. Me, personally, I disagree on the Jaron Boots Ennis win. I think him beating Stanionis, who at the time was an undefeated champion, just like Boots was an undefeated champion, and completely walking through him, pretty much, stomping him out, beating him with a body shot, and completely annihilating him in their fight. I thought that was a good major quality win on Boots' resume. Personally, Staniotis to me was a really good fighter up until that point. He beat some pretty solid guys. Like I said, he was undefeated. He was a young champion, and Boots made short work of him. Vergil Ortiz, I don't really have too much of a problem with his resume either. He just came off a big win against Madrimov, who we saw give Terrence Crawford a solid fight when those two went against each other. Madrimov did better, in my opinion, than Canelo Alvarez did against Crawford. So that should let you know that both these guys, I think people got to pump the brakes just a bit with the criticism. I get it. We're boxing fans. We've been okey-doke for quite some time these past few years when it comes to fighting. But, yeah, both camps have, accused the other camp of ducking this, that, and thereof. There's been multiple reports of one person turning down an offer, one person choosing to fight somebody else. To me, I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't think none of that matters at this moment, because right now they just both threw down the gauntlet. They both made it clear that the next opponent should be either of them. And I think it only matters up until what leads up until they fight. From here on out, after it being made public, is what I think matters about who ducks who does what. Because if we don't get this fight, then someone will have to be to blame for sure. So we're going to monitor that on the channel. We're going to try to update that as the days go by. But as of right now, man, from what I've seen, those two in the ring, Vergil inviting Boots over to talk, to me, that's a clear sign of, hey, I want to fight you. Jaron Ennis being at the fight, being in the ring, that's a clear sign of, hey, I want to fight you. Body language wise, look, I ain't no psychologist or nothing. Boots looks super confident to me. Vergil looks like he has a lot of self-belief in himself. I think there's a healthy fear on Vergil's side, because he did look a little timid, but not timid to the point where, like, oh my gosh, he's terrified of Boots. He doesn't want to see Boots in the ring. He more so was just, for me, giving vibes of, I got a tough dude in front of me, but, I'm gonna show the world that I'm that guy. I know what's coming. Boots, not to say that I don't think he respects Vergil Ortiz as a fighter. Otherwise, I don't think he'd be trying to fight him. I just believe that Boots, he comes off as a guy that feels like he can run through just about anybody that he does fight. And who knows? We'll see with Vergil, man. Obviously, both guys are very dangerous on the feet. I mean, both of their last two fights, they just finished their opponents in under 2 rounds. Jerron Boots Ennis just came off a fight against Uismia Lima. Hopefully, I said that right. Knocked him out in the first. And Vergil Ortiz beat a veteran in Erickson Lubin and knocked him out in the second round. The only person to beat Lubin faster than that is Jermell Charlo, who was also at the fight, mind you. So he's another player. He's the lineal 154-pound champion. He was never beat for his belts. He gave them up to go fight Canelo and try to fight Canelo at 168. No one at 154 has taken claim to the lineal title. So Jermell Charlo is very much still a major player within that division. Both guys still very young in the prime of their career. Jerron Boots Ennis, only 28 years old. Vergil Ortiz, only 27 years old. So this is the perfect time for us to get that fight between those two, and I'm excited. It's something I want to see. Hopefully we can get, some update about contracts, negotiations, or anything within this week, because that's a fight we need to see. Both guys just didn't take no damage in their last fight. I mean, they came off fairly easy. Beat both guys in under 2 rounds, like I said. So there's no reason for us to wait, stick around. I think they should get right to the discussing of, when the fight's going to happen, venues, whatever. Pay the guys money. I don't know if Turki Al-Sheik's going to be involved. I don't know if it's an Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya thing, but we need to get this fight made ASAP as soon as possible. I will have to see. A lot of guys, you got people saying that, Vergil Ortiz beat Madrimov more convincing than Crawford did. You got people saying the other. You got people saying they think Ennis beat David Avanesian better than Crawford did. I mean, he did finish him faster, but barely, by like a round. Me personally, I got to rewatch all those fights to give my honest assessment on how they stack up against Crawford's performances, because I do think the winner of this fight could be a major player to fight Terence Crawford next, should he still be active and fighting. It looks like he's going to go to the 160-pound division and fight Janibek. That's been rumors swirling around. But yeah, man, hopefully we get this soon. Me personally, off the jump, I feel like Boots is the better fighter. Both fighters have shown that they're not afraid to take damage, get hit, but the one fight Boots did fight another puncher in Romain Villa, who, beat Rashidi Ellis up and down across the ring, who is a very skilled fighter. Boots showed great defense in that fight. He showed really good, tacticalness on that side, because he knew he was fighting someone who could possibly hurt him. But, when Boots is fighting somebody he doesn't respect, his defense isn't the best. But I think against somebody like Vergil, he'll be on his P's and Q's and make sure not to get hit with just anything. Because Vergil can crack and Vergil can hurt people. He's broken dudes' hips in the ring. He's done all types of stuff. So Boots is going to have to be real careful. But we're going to revisit this, obviously, as we get closer to the fight, as I study both fighters more. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think of this fight being made. If you think it's going to get made. If you think one party's not going to come through. And who do you think, initially would win this fight? That's all I got for this topic today, and I appreciate y'all watching to this point. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe so you keep up with your boys' videos going forward. And that's all I got. Peace.